It was never like in a vision, like, okay, I'm gonna live in this wooden cabin for 20 years, because I'm fully aware that there is big risk of fire here. And so, yeah, it was also kind of a way to build, like, okay, I don't have to build it perfectly. It's not meant to stay long, because probably it's gonna burn one day. So I'm Sophie, I'm 38 years old, and I live in a wooden cabin slash caravan in Portugal. So here we're under a cork tree, actually, that is typical from the region here. And so I built my house around this cork tree to have the shade in summer, actually. And so when I first moved here, I brought my caravan here. I put it in the shade. And the first thing I actually did want to have, it was like this net, this infinity net, because of the view I had here. And yeah, so I built this terrace and this net actually with a friend, which is carpenter, and that was the first thing done here. And then I decided to put a roof here, because I had already put some furniture outside. It was summertime, was nice, but then winter was coming, so I put a roof there, which is secondhand. Everything here is kind of secondhand anyway. And then rain came, so I thought, okay, then we need some walls and some floor also. So then
Ich bin Katja, Betreiberin dieses Kanals. Normalerweise bin ich hinter der Kamera, aber ich möchte euch heute gerne in 2 Minuten mein Herzensprojekt vorstellen. Seit 12 Jahren verbindet mich eine Freundschaft zu einer Uganderin namens Lillian. Sie ist heute Lehrerin und hat eine Schule in der sehr armen Region Kayunga eröffnet. Kaum eines dieser Kinder aus über 500 Haushalten dort hat jemals eine Schule besucht. Viele Eltern können nicht lesen oder schreiben. Schulen kosten Geld in Uganda, Geld, das diese Menschen nicht haben, denn sie kämpfen jeden Tag ums pure Überleben. Deshalb haben wir einen gemeinnützigen Verein gegründet, der diese Schule und die ganze Community in Kayunga unterstützt. Mit Hilfe von großzügigen Spenden konnten wir bereits einen Brunnen für sicheres und sauberes Wasser errichten, einer Familie ein Haus bauen und über 100 Schulkinder in Patenschaften vermitteln. Doch damit hört es nicht auf. Noch über 50 Kinder suchen nach Patenschaften, die ihre Schulgebühren bezahlen. Und wir müssen dringend eine ordentliche Schule bauen. Die vorübergehende Blechkonstruktion ist dem Schulamt in Uganda ein Dorn im Auge und muss weg. Da wir ein gemeinnütziger Verein sind, können wir Spendenquittungen ausstellen, die du dann sogar steuerlich absetzen kannst. Also was gibt es Schöneres, als was Gutes zu tun und dabei auch noch Steuern zu sparen? Das Schönste an dieser Arbeit ist, diese dankbaren und glücklichen Gesichter zu sehen, zu merken, dass mit Bildung wieder Hoffnung in ihr Leben kommt, Hoffnung studieren zu können, einen guten Beruf zu erlernen und ihren Kindern später mal mehr bieten zu können, als ihre Eltern es konnten. Werde auch du Mitglied oder übernimm eine Schulpatenschaft. Du findest uns auf Instagram und Facebook, auf unserer Webseite und sogar auf YouTube.
So then I started to do everything myself. Although outside was with the help of a friend, here I did myself with the help of my dad, which is also a carpenter, so that helped. But mostly I did myself. And all the wood here is from a local sawmill, so it's kind of, all the wood is local. Every furniture, everything is kind of secondhand from the local also. I wanted to live closer to the nature, that's for sure, and to grow also my own food and yeah, and live more like off-grid and more independent and out of the system somehow. Yeah, that was the main idea. Yeah, and in this area, I really loved it because it's very alternative also. A lot of people like with the same mindset, and so that was also really important for me. And quite international, so a lot of yeah, people from all over the world. This wood is a cork actually. It's from this tree. I mean, not this tree, obviously. There is also some chestnut and some pine from here. And this wood is actually olive wood from the land, because 20 years ago the land burned. So then I have a lot of dead trees here that I could use here. And so then I built also like this kitchen here with this wood. This fridge that works on solar and a gas cooker. Yeah, and then I don't know. And then in winter I have this stove for heating because in winter it gets really cold here. This works really great, although it doesn't keep the heat. Yeah, it's not really insulated here, and in winter it can get really cold. But when it's on, it's super comfortable. Well, here sometimes it's in winter can be hard. I mean, it's cold and wet, and days are very short. But it's also a nice time to rest and to read or to yeah. And sometimes it can feel also quite yeah, to live like this. I know there are a lot of people living in the valleys like this, but sometimes it's hard to meet up and to yeah. I mean, it's also it takes more effort. It's not like in a city you just go to your local bar and you find your friends. Sometimes here it needs more effort to meet people. But else than that, it's just like yeah, to be close to the nature. You're also more facing the problem also here, like the problem with the water situation. Like to have a garden, you need water, but then when there is a lot of drought and because of climate change, then it's a bit scary also, and the fire also situation here. But you feel much more vulnerable than if you live in a village or in a city. Here you're much more confronted to the climate change. This wall was made, actually I didn't have enough planks, and I had this offcut that I bought really cheap to make a fence, and I decided to take advantage of them, and I thought it looks pretty cool like this, and it feels like having some trees in the house. Yeah, and the rest, I mean, all the rest of furniture, the table, the chairs are second-hand also. It looks a bit like an old grandma kitchen somehow, but it fits here. So my bedroom is actually the caravan that came first. Yeah, it's a bit small, I don't know if it fits. And but it's cozy, and I like to have like this closed box because all the rest is full of holes here. At least in summer with the mosquitoes or all insects, at least I'm kind of my safe box. And in winter I have a heating electric blanket, and I have but I don't use so much. I have a diesel heater in there, so I'm quite equipped for the cold, but still in the morning, sometime in winter, it's like 6 degrees outside. It's hard to get up, but yeah, I mean it's kind of living outside. It has its pros and cons, and sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's hard, but yeah. And here from the bed, I have a beautiful view also. It's really nice actually to sleep here and to wake up here. Yeah, when I moved here, I built around here, like slowly, step by step, but it was never like in a vision like, okay, I'm gonna live in this wooden cabin for 20 years, because I'm fully aware that there is big risk of fire here. And so yeah, it was also kind of a way to build like, okay, I don't have to build it perfectly. It's not meant to stay long, because probably it's gonna burn one day soon. I don't know. No one knows. People here say it's not if it's gonna burn, is when it's gonna burn, and it gives another perspective actually to live like this, to not being too attached to the material, also that it can be one day gone. And I mean, I still put a lot of love in the plant and stuff. I would be very sad that it goes, but at least I learn skills like to build. So this, if I have to rebuild, then I have more skills and I can do even better. But yeah, it's a bit stressful in summer to know that it can all burn, but it's part of the game to live here. Everyone knows it, or yeah, people know it, but a lot of people are also deny it or don't want to see the reality. And I'm quite aware, but I prepare also the place as much as I can. I put like a sprinkler around the house for safety, for protecting as much as I can. So here's the way to the bathroom. So I have a compost toilet here, and the rest, the water, there is some banana trees behind, so it's used to filter grey water. And I already had a few times some bananas. They were nice. And yeah, I learned this in Brazil, like to have to use banana tree to filter water. And anyway, they need a lot of water, so that's the perfect place for them to be. And yeah, it looks super cool. So like take a shower here. It felt like quite tropical. Here is the stone from the beach around here. It's really nice around here because you have like different beach, you have different color of stone. Yeah. And here, yeah, there's nothing to do with the bathroom, but I really like this pergola installed, and this is a passion fruit. See, there are already some small passion fruit growing, and it's growing all over the cork tree. And yeah, it's just like the last 2 years here I've been like growing a lot, and also some jasmine still in flower there. And yeah, it actually grows really well under the shade of the cork tree, these plants. And here I have the compost. I put it here now, but I can move it, and it's actually, I put it here now because the passion fruit needs a lot of nutrients at the moment, so I just put all there. And yeah, so it fits all over there, everywhere. Years ago, I was working actually in Germany. I had like a proper work in a corporate work. So after some years, I decided to leave the company, and I didn't have any life there. I was very depressed, but I saved a lot of money, so I could save money where I could travel. And right now here I have, before buying this land here, I bought a small house in the village nearby, which is very touristic, and with the help of my parents, we rebuilt it. And so I could live there in winter before here, and then rent it out for tourists in the summertime. And now I rent it full time, so which provide me quite some good income. And anyway, I don't need much for this lifestyle. So pretty easy, yeah. Yeah, no, I actually do it also in winter. Like I always clear land. I have a lot of olive trees that need to be pruned, and I had also quite some invasive trees there. And so yeah, I cut and then I cut them properly for the stove for the winter. And it needs always like few years to dry, so I always have like piles everywhere around. So then I prepare for the next years. So now I have quite some stock there for firewood, and yeah, it's part also of clearing the land and keeping it tidy. And for olive trees, that if you want to harvest olive, you need always to prune also the tree, and it makes really good firewood. So yeah, so this was the garden I did in the winter. Soon I'm going to move it more down because here it's too hot in the summer with this stone wall. It gets really hot. So here I have still a lot of carrots, some garlic and broccoli and red cabbage. I also slowly over the year I'm planting more and more trees to the top because yeah, so much land. So I want to fill up with more and more trees over the year, but it takes a lot of maintenance, so that's why I do it step by step. Yeah, I planted all these trees 5 years ago, or 5 years ago. Some of them are really big already, and so yeah, hopefully one day it's going to be covered with trees here, fruit trees, because here I have many olive trees and cork. Cork, yeah, you can sell it. I'm not sure how much you earn, but I think it's not so much. But then you put the tree in danger, kind of. If there is a fire, then the tree will die. So it's like a balance of how much you can benefit, like how much money compared to the risk of the tree in a fire. So I'm not harvesting my cork, but around here it's quite common to harvest it every 10 years. It's hard to say how much money I need. Depends. For basic living, food. I mean, in summer I grow a lot of my food. I have a lot of fruits and stuff, but of course I need a little bit extra. What costs the most is a car to drive around here. Unfortunately, there's not much public transport here, so this, I don't know, maybe 500 euro a month for this. But then I always have extra, I buy a new tool and a new, if I start building something, then I need materials, so then I need a bit more, but the basic, it's not much. So this is a buried water tank. It contains about 20 cubic meter of water. So when I got the land, it was already there, and it's a good way to keep water. In the old time, the water from the roof was filling it up, but now I have a well down there. I pump the water up, and then I have by gravity the water runs down. But yeah, 2 years ago I ran out of water in the well, so then I got connected to grid water, it made my life way easier and less stressful. So, but I still use for the garden this water. And then for the house, I have the grid water. So, but it's good to have a backup of the grid water. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want to, but yeah, it's there and it's falling apart more and more. It's like an old house, and I mean, to be safer in the future, I want to to rebuild here and to have a proper house, also for the fire problem. But yeah, there's a lot of work here. It's like this old building. This one is made of stone and taipa. So taipa is like this soil, compacted soil building. And so they are very ecological and made only with the material that were here. But there are a lot of structural issue with this wall, and it's buried, so there's always water and filtration and stuff. So yeah, it's a bit a lot of question how to rebuild it in a proper way that will be, that will make the house comfortable, but also keep as much as we can, and that it doesn't collapse also. This kind of lifestyle also is in Portugal is not very legal. I I also, like I said before, it's kind of build it temporary, but also because it's not very legal to live like this here. I have a ruin up that I want to rebuild and live there one day. Also, then it will be safer for fire. So this kind of building is normally just temporary in regards of the law. I wish I could live like this forever, but yeah, the system decided otherwise. Because it's kind of more fun to build something like this. I would prefer to build like 20 little wooden cabin than just building like a concrete or stone house or whatever. It's just a lot more, yeah, it can be much more creative building like this kind of habitat. So I have a solar system, like I have the panel there, and then it comes all the way here behind. I have a box where I put all, I have my batteries and stuff, and over there. So that provides me, actually the thing that consumes the most is the fridge and the freezer. Before I used to have a smaller one, but then I need also sometimes to use power tool for carpentry. Then I upgrade it, and then I realized, oh, I have so much power, then I can buy a freezer. And now it's a bit in winter. It's kind of some days where it's rainy, it's a bit difficult, but the rest of the time it's perfect. So yeah, this is just built with a friend a few months ago. It's a strawberry tower, strawberry skyscraper. So yeah, because I used to have a lot of strawberries, but then when it's in summer, it's very hot and they get really mushy when it's too hot. And there they hang, so it's really convenient to water them and to harvest them. And look, there are actually some there, almost ready. And this one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I came here, actually, I had no skills at all, like building or anything. Although my dad has been doing this for years, rebuilding house and from scratch, and also is a very good carpenter. So I had no skills, but then when I moved here and I had bought this house in the village, and I slowly started to learn and realize it's not so unreachable for a woman. I mean, it's like everyone can learn, and we always think we have this barrier as a woman, thinking, okay, only men can build, and actually it needs so much physical power to do it. I mean, a bit, but women are strong also, and it's more like the psychological barrier we put in ourselves. I see it a lot around me. Like some women tell me, like, "Oh, it's I wish I could do it." I say, "Why not? Like, why we put so much psychological barrier?" And because I learn everything step by step by just it's just logic sometimes. Like, how do I install this solar panel? How do I install my water? How do I build this? And it's just everything can be learned, and it's not like only men can learn it. Yeah, also something that really helped me to build or to reach this lifestyle is just like some people say they need a vision on a future, and for me it's just like it can be too scary to have such a wall of stuff and steps, and I just see one step at a time. So even for building something, it's just like one step by step, because else it feels too scary, and sometimes I feel like, no, I cannot do it. But in this way, I could manage to achieve what I done here and to reach this lifestyle also. And yeah, now I'm feeling quite comfortable, like living like this. And